Have you ever thought of using Ozempic? It's all the rage now. It's a blood sugar lowering medication that happens to really help to lower weight loss. My name is Dr. Chandra Smallwood. I am a pharmacist, a confidence over anxiety coach, and a mom. And my little one is walking around here. You may see her in the background. Hey, babies! So the other day I was watching Hulu, and there's a 2020 episode about weight loss medications, mostly focusing on semaglutide, which is Ozempic. There are others as well, but that's like the one that everyone has heard about, right? So they featured a couple of people on the show, and it was really interesting. It's interesting to me because as a pharmacist, when these medications came out, I knew they did weight loss, but I never thought that it would create the buzz that it has today. I mean, they're injections. Most people don't like to inject something into themselves if they don't have to. I mean, if you're diabetic, you test, you use the needle, you may inject insulin. There's other medications that are injections, but usually these people are not trying to use needles just for no reason. And I'm not saying losing weight is for no reason. It's just when you have diabetes, it's kind of a life or death situation. In some cases, obesity is too. But I don't think that's most of the cases when it comes to using Ozempic now in this day and age. Because you can go to a med spa and buy doses of Ozempic. And people that even, like, some of the girls at my job use it. One of them is not obese at all. But she doesn't work out. So, you want to lose some weight, and it's a convenient way to do it. So these medications in this class are called GLP-1 agonists. The GLP-1 receptor is in the hypothalamus, which is in the brain. It regulates food intake. When you stimulate it, you're less hungry and you have an increased feeling of fullness. As well as that, it can increase glucose-mediated insulin, and insulin decreases blood sugar. So these are for people who have diabetes type 2, who still have insulin secreted in their body from their pancreas, is not type 1, which are people who do not make insulin anymore or never have, depending on if they were born with it or not. As well as decreasing appetite and decreasing blood sugar, it also slows the movement of food from the stomach to the intestines. This makes you feel full faster and longer, so you don't want to eat. One of the ladies on the show was talking about how she couldn't eat her favorite foods anymore because she didn't really, like, everything had changed. Like, she didn't really want to eat, and she didn't want to eat certain types of things. It's like she lost her cravings for certain foods. And that makes sense. That makes sense. But when I think about it, a lot of the underlying reasons for, people using these medications is they want to feel better about themselves. They've been obese or they've been overweight since they were children. That's traumatic. It's traumatic when people are making fun of you and families making fun of you, and people aren't as friendly in this country when you're obese. And, it's a lot. My internet is off. Okay, she turned off my internet. You turned off the internet signal, boo-bus. You turned off the internet. So first, I am an advocate for people doing whatever they want to do with their lives. I am not here to give any opinion on if you should or should not use Ozempic. As a pharmacist, it's actually a great medication to lower blood sugar for diabetics. It's a great medication. It works very well for weight loss. But with that, if you think about using it, you need to understand that you still need to be physically active. Just because you lose weight does not mean that your muscles are going to be strong. It doesn't mean your heart is going to be strong. Like, these are things that have to be worked out. Your heart is a muscle. Your heart needs to be worked out by cardiovascular exercise. There's running, biking, cycling, skiing, swimming, anything. There's so many things, walking even. These are very important if you want to keep your legs strong. If you you know, aren't looking forward to living life using a cane or a walker. You know, you want to work out your legs throughout your life. You want to work out your arms. You want to be able to, like they say, open like the jar in the kitchen, especially if you're a woman that lives alone, right? So we cannot forget that that is very important. I think on the show, only one of the people that they featured worked out, and she like really worked out and she was really strong. But it's really, really important. Also, please understand that you're only going to keep the weight off for the time that you use the medication. These medications are used for life a lot of time. Well, I mean, they're actually really new, but they would be, because if you're diabetic, you have to keep your blood sugar down. It's a daily struggle to do that. Like, you have to make sure you're eating right, and things that you eat have sugar. They have carbs. Vegetables have carbs. Fruits have carbs. Like, we have to regulate our sugar. It's very important for us. And diabetes is a national epidemic. It's very dangerous. People that do not pay attention to it usually do not live as long as they could. So just know that these will be injected in your body for the whole time that you want to keep the weight off, because once you stop, you're not going to feel these effects anymore. They're going to be gone. And then you would have to eat healthy and work out, the things that you need to do while you're on the medication. Now, I feel like there are people who are dangerously overweight, that it affects their life, and there's a lot of people who are super cute chubby people. I sometimes am super cute chubby, I think. And you know, you think of, there's so much pressure in the world and in America, you know, to be thin. The runway models are thin. Like, everything we see, all the ads for the most part are people who are thin, right? Like, now we're seeing bigger models, but they're still like, they're genetically gifted. They may, you know, be plus size, but they're shaped amazing. Like, have you seen a plus size model? Like, everything is so proportionally beautiful, and their face is gorgeous. And you're just like, we may weigh the same, but I don't look like you. Like, it's amazing how beautiful they are. I mean, and women are beautiful, men are beautiful, people are beautiful, but you know, when they put these people out there to model clothes and model everything else, like, people are like, yeah, of course, the prettiest person, the prettiest 400-pound person is out there, you know, modeling these clothes. It's not like a regular looking person like me or so many other people who just look regular, you know? You're not extra anything. And, you know, I think I'm beautiful and everything like that, but there are some women that are just gorgeous, like, wow, right? So at the end of the day, like, we have to really be careful about where we're getting our confidence from. Because if you have worried about your weight for your life or years and years and years, and, like, you worry about how it makes you feel, or you always felt a certain way, yeah, when you lose that weight, you're gonna feel better. But a lot of times people just find something else that they don't like about themselves. You know, like, as I didn't, like, once when I was in high school, a boy told me, you are too light-skinned for your eyes to be so dark, because I just have brown eyes, and you're too light-skinned for your hair to be as tightly coiled as it is. And it was kind of like, what? Like, what? Like, what are you talking about? You know, and there's always something. Like, someone always has something to say about you. Someone always has something to judge you for. And we do definitely judge ourselves. Like, after I had this little one, I didn't have a snapback situation because I didn't work out right away because I was super extra tired. And the first time I did start working out, which was a little under the 6 weeks that's recommended, I started hemorrhaging blood. I mean, it actually wasn't dangerous though, but I thought it was dangerous. I went to the hospital and they were like, you're gonna be fine. I felt like, whoa, blood is really gushing from my body. You know, and I felt a bit self-conscious about that. And I had my little belly for a long time. I mean, she's 15 months now. I probably had my little belly for about 12 months. And I was like, I can't fit any of my clothes. And it was just a lot, you know, and I really had to dig deep down in certain places for me to be confident. In the last year, What if this is the first time you're hearing me. I had an anxiety disorder for 20 years. Generalized anxiety disorder with panic attacks. I could barely regulate my life, my emotions. It was just a mess. I got through it because I was like, I can't live like this anymore. And hi, Dada. Come on, baby, you gotta sit up because you're sliding down. And after I got, over it, in order to keep it away, because I may be just prone to anxiety. Like, I may have been born with an anxious attachment style. Like, I'm kind of thinking maybe I was not born with it, but it's something that's learned when you're a child. But it's hard to say because I don't remember the first years of my life like her. Like, she's not gonna remember none of this because she's only 15 months. So there's certain things that I had to do in order for that to go away and not come back. And one of them was to deep dive into who I am, myself, what I love about myself. Right now, I've been doing a 21-day self-love challenge. Give or take 21 days, like, putting myself on a challenge on the internet is not super easy because I skip days sometimes, or I skip places where I post. But anyway, I have to make sure that my confidence really does come from within. And when we think about weight, like, weight is, up, down. Like, one of the people they talked about a lot on the show was Oprah, and we've seen her weight go up and down. And I haven't actually seen it because I'm not of her generation, but it's been featured on so many different shows that we all know something about her weight going up and down. And oh my goodness, mommy is tired. Okay, baby, come on, mommy's still tired. Let's sit on the couch. Let's turn back on the internet. Oh no, boobas! Those are for your grandma. Sweetheart, sweetums, love bug. Baby, come on, you have got to get down. You come here. Child, why do you make it so hard for mommy? It's probably about time for you to take a nap. Time for a nappers? Is it time for a nappers? No. Yes, I think you're getting grumpers. You want babas? Here, baby. I had to move to the couch because this baby's heavy. So I wanted to give some, words of confidence, words of, baby, why? No. Sir. In all of this, I want to say that just remember that a lot of times we're our biggest critic and we tend to find things wrong with ourselves. Like, if someone is not overweight, they may not like their nose. I mean, there's so many nose jobs done. They may not like their boobs. I mean, there's so many boob jobs done. They may not like their teeth. Everyone's getting veneers. They don't like their butt. Everyone's getting a BBL. And these things may have nothing to do with weight. These are just things that people have been self-conscious about for years, if not their whole life, since they were young. And, they want to fix them. And I think that that's fine. If you want to do those things, by all means, do them. It's not bad, as long as it's safe and everything, it's not a bad way to go. So with Ozempic, if you decide to use it or not use it, just remember what it means to be confident as a person, what it means to love yourself, what it means to wake up every day and be your biggest cheerleader. I just want to add some words of advice to anyone who may be dealing with trying to figure out if Ozempic is right for them, and first, I would say think about your self-love level. Like, where is it? Because it's just size. And I know that there's also always extremes to that. Like, there's people who are dangerously obese. There's people who are dangerously skinny. But I don't mean, I'm not talking about the extremes. I mean, in general, you're 10 pounds overweight, 20 pounds overweight. Know that size is not everything. It is not everything. I know it may feel like that sometimes, but there's so much about you that people will just love. Your worth is not defined by a scale. Embrace who you are in any size. You may be losing weight or trying to gain weight. Enjoy the process. Love yourself through all of that. And focus on what makes you uniquely you that other people don't have. Like your talents. I mean, you may be an amazing singer or be super funny, and this child is totally moving my camera. And all that, there's people that wish they had what you had. And it's not even about what other people feel. It's about what you feel about yourself. Understand why you want to use Ozempic. Do you feel pressured? Are you mad at that bully who talked about you when you were in junior high school? Or are you on that dangerous end of the spectrum where it's like you need to lose weight because you're at risk of getting a heart attack? Think about why. Are you feeling pressured by society? Make sure that your decisions align with your personal wants, your personal dreams, goals, align with who you are. So my phone just didn't die, but my memory is basically full, so I had to delete all these pictures and videos from the past because I have stuff in my phone from like 10 years ago. And it's crazy because I ran across some pictures where I wore this outfit. And I remember feeling in the outfit that I didn't look right. Like my body was too big, my stomach was too big. And I look at the picture now and I'm like, I was so skinny. Like I was so thin. And you couldn't see any stomach whatsoever. And it's all so relative on where your mindset is to where you're confident about wearing something or not, or the size of your body. And I mean, I was really skinny, but it was still my thought process, like where my head was. Like in my mind, I was the biggest girl in the room, but I looked pretty damn amazing. So that made me really think like, confident-wise, like loving myself-wise, I've come a long way. So make sure you educate yourself on these medications. They do have side effects. They do have some black box warnings. If you don't know what a black box warning is for a medication, go look it up before you try it, because that's something that you should know just in case it happens to you, even though usually these things are super, super rare. And when you're educated and you can make an educated decision, you can make a more confident decision. Zuri! Let mommy live! Let mommy live! Like I mentioned earlier about working out, we need to make sure we focus on healthy habits. Healthy habits, not necessarily what everything looks like on the outside, because we need to be healthy on the inside. Drink lots of water, get your sleep, take your vitamins, your minerals, your supplements, make sure to go outside and get some sun. We are not going to be perfect. There's always going to be something that we find to be not perfect about ourselves. But if we are in good health, we are winning. So if you think about how you feel about your weight as you're making a decision on if you want to try the medication or not, make sure that there isn't like all negative self-talk in your head. Like if all day you're putting yourself down, you're your worst critic, you may want to try to reframe that before going into making any big decisions, just in case, because no matter what big decisions you make, that's not going to change. You have to change that. So you need to add in some positive thinking into your life, some affirmations, looking at yourself and really noticing the beauty that is there. Celebrate yourself, celebrate your wins, celebrate anything that you love about yourself. Until you love all of yourself, celebrate it. No matter what you decide to do, just know if it's the right choice for you. If you decide to be on Ozempic, great. But make sure you're happy about that decision and you did it 100% for you, for nobody else. Not because you saw an ad, not because of society tells you should lose weight, not for any of that. Do not forget that at the end of the day, you came into this world alone and you'll leave this world alone. So once again, my name is Dr. Chandra Smallwood. I am a confidence over anxiety coach. I have a couple of products to help you with your journey through life, to decrease anxiety, to help your kids with anxiety. Please look at my links below. Please follow, share, subscribe, hit me up on Instagram. Wherever you see me, hit me up. I would love to hear from you. Please comment below. Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day, and until next time.